right, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dustin? Okay, better? A lot better. Okay, I think it was because I was hooked to my headset. I was hooked to my headset. I think that's what it is. Hey, Nato, what's up? Thank you, man. I think it's because I was hooked to my headset, y'all. Everybody can hear better, right? Okay, cool. We'll wait for a few people because Flossie and them were in here. Okay, Dustin. Is Brown Sugar in here? I didn't see Brown Sugar come in. Brown Sugar, you in here? I didn't see him come in, but Nato, I see you. I see Dustin. When y'all come in, give me those thumbs up and them likes. Oh, Brown Sugar is in here. Cool beans. Brown Sugar, what's up, baby? Nato. I don't know if Flossie and them will come back in. Everybody can hear me better because I had to reboot. I had to boot off. Thumbs up. Hey, NR, what's up? I'm getting a low rework. I'm at that. It's an older trailer, but it's one from the actual company, not from the old company they acquired. Good evening, everybody. Hey, NR. I don't know if Flossie and them came back in. I had to reboot it, y'all, because we had bad sound. Yeah, thank you, Dustin. Everybody hit that like button. Share it out. Appreciate it. Asking her about the grapevine. They got stuck on it with the snow in Cali. I'm on my way to Cali. I got 3 stops. I'm trying to get to my terminal tonight. I was supposed to do laundry. I didn't get it done, but I did get a shower. Hey, Brown Sugar. How you doing, baby? All right. Let's see. Got Nato. We got everybody in here. Okay. Yeah, Dustin, thank you. Tell everybody hitting that like button. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. If y'all not subscribed, please subscribe. I'll put some links below for the 411 channel, and like Shot was on here the other night. Y'all ever check out DeeBoy Stance. DeeBoy Stance is a truck driver. She got some videos on there that are hilarious. Well, it depends on your humor, but my humor, she funny as hell. So DeeBoy Stance is on there. Y'all saw Laura, but Laura is not a truck driver. She actually worked for the first responders, so I get information from her. She right now is working for, I thought she was still with the first responders, but she's moved over to a security company. So doing like security for homes and stuff, where she manages the technical side of it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Brown Sugar. I appreciate it. I want to hit a quick topic, and then we just can chat about whatever the hell y'all want to chat about. So I had a question. I think it was Nato B. Is Nato B still in here? I hope Nato B. Nato B, I think it was your question. You asked, about what does a headhunter do? Yes. And so I wanted to address it. So I'm happy you're in here, because I figured this was a good place. I'm sitting up here getting the load is getting reworked, so I can answer the question about what a headhunter does. So I'm happy you're in here. So Nato B posted a comment at the bottom saying, what does a headhunter do, on one of my older videos actually, and what a trucking headhunter does. So the one that I normally use is a lady named Heidi Hart. Heidi runs Hart's Trucking Solutions, Hart Driver Solutions, something like that, for truck drivers. What a trucking headhunter does is they have relationships with different trucking companies. And what they will do is it kind of makes your life a little easy. So, for example, if I decide to go look for other jobs, I normally go to like DCIJams or one of these trucking sites where I can just put my truck experience in, where I currently work, my phone number, email, all of that. And then I send it out, and it goes out to a massive group of trucking companies. I tell what preference I have. Do I want reefer? Do I want flatbed? Do I want tanker? I'm looking for lease purchase. Am I a student? Am I new? I put all that in to like DCIJams or whoever it is, a trucking company, on their website. But then I get all these people calling me, right? Yeah, DCIJams. Oh, it might be your browser, Dustin, but DCIJams is actually, that's the one I usually use. Could be your browser. So there's different ones. All of them do virtually the same thing. I use DCIJams. Try different browsers. So if you like using Internet, so that's how I do it, because there's like 4 different browsers you should be able to use. And I don't usually use Microsoft because there's always problems with it. I normally use Mozilla or Google. That's the ones I usually use. Opera's my last resort because it always has some issues too. Yeah, Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. So what happens is you put it out there, and if you go that route, you're just going to get all these random companies calling you. You don't know crap about them. You don't know if they're good. You don't know if they're bad. You don't know crap about these companies, okay? What the trucking headhunter for me does, it eliminates me trying to figure out if it's a decent company or not. Now, it's not always 100%. It's like she sent me to the Oklahoma company, which she was red mark. I had question marks when she first started talking to me about it. She was directing me their least person, okay? So what ends up happening is if you go through a trucking headhunter, you can talk to them and say, you know, they're gonna kind of, it's almost like they do a pre-interview for the trucking companies or find out what you need. So a good case in point, let's say, and I don't have any felonies, let's say John Doe has felonies. Okay, he had a felony 10 years ago. He had a DUI 5 years ago. He does have his Class 8 CDL. He had an accident. So he can go to like Heidi and say, here are my issues. Heidi then will say, okay, these are the trucking companies I know will take you with those issues. This company does this company does that, this company does this. What are you looking for? And then what she tries to do is she looks at her client base of trucking companies and she says, okay, these are the ones, let's apply for this one, and this one, or let's just apply for this one. So she'll have you apply for those companies, and then she works with them with any questions that you have or that they may have about you, okay, in most cases. So she sometimes may smooth the rough waters if they have questions, and so she helps you transition to that company a lot easier. So, and she's not the only one. There's a lot of companies that do it. I remember back in the day, there were a couple companies that called me. I forgot what that one trucker is. I forgot who his name is. It always looks like he's drunk to me. But he has one that he deals with in wherever he's at in the South. There's different companies that do it. I learned about her through, I think it was Team RG, which is where I learned about Heidi. And then when I talked to her, I was very pleased because she had been a former Conway fleet manager, and I had worked for Conway. So I knew what the philosophy was, the company was. I knew how she thought, which was when we talked, it was kind of a mutual thing. I found out who she was, she found out who I was, and that made me comfortable with interacting with her. They do not charge for the services, NATO. So what ends up happening is they don't get paid. You don't have to pay them anything as a driver. How they get their money, which is where I'm going to bring your where you got to be cautious. They get their money from placing you with that trucking company. So they get referral money for you going to that trucking company. Now, I don't know if you have to stay there a certain number of days. I don't know if they get it for you just being in orientation. I don't know that, but I do know they get a kickback for you going to that trucking company, okay? What they get paid, I do not know. So she sends over drivers. They might say, here's $100, here's $200, here's $300. They get some kind of referral bonus. Understand, it's probably very good money because as a driver at the company I'm at, if I refer people into this company, I get $1,000 just for a driver coming into this company. I don't know how long, it's broken up, so I don't know how long they have to stay. I don't know if they have some sort of arrangement similar to that. I have no idea. But she's making enough money now that she's employed family members and other people to work for her, and is also working on opening a trucking school, okay? That's just Heidi. I can't speak to other companies, but they make good money placing you. What I like about trucking headhunters is I just like it to alleviate me having to try to figure out stuff about the trucking company. Now, where your problem lies with them is they are placing you in order to make money. So While they may in some ways have your best interest at heart, always remember the bottom line is for them to get paid. Okay, so it's just like when you go to the sale to go buy a car at a car dealership. You know what you want. You should have already researched pretty much what car you're looking at, how much you're willing to pay. But you may have to haggle a little bit, or you may have to read the salesperson to see if they're trying to play you. Same thing with trucking headhunters. You want to make sure you try to get a headhunter who's going to work in your best interest. I believe that is probably her top goal, but I also know that the bottom line is that woman's a businesswoman and she's got to make money. So in the back of it, her job is to try to place you somewhere. What I like about her is she does listen to you. She takes the information and then she kind of alleviates the competition. But she's going to place you with what she's got. So remember, she may not have every trucking company out here. She may have a set client base. So that's what a headhunter does. They just basically look for opportunities that match your situation and what you're looking for. I only want reefer. I call her, these are the reefer. I only want to do reefer. Okay, this is the company I have right now. I have 5 companies that do reefer. Okay, this is where I'm looking to be a reefer. Do they have any dedicated? Like she's working with one of my guys right now on 411 on possibly a dedicated or regional position with a company where he only has to drive a certain region. That's when you really want a headhunter and you're not out there trying to dig through the minutia of all these companies calling you and trying to talk, okay, Bobby Joe at XYZ, do you have regional in the Texas area? Do you have dedicated in the Texas area? Do you cover the 11 Western? So like Trucker Bill, he dealt with a headhunter and he told her, this is what I'm looking for. I got over 42 years of trucking experience. These are my accidents and incidents. This is the company I've been working for. This is my experience. I don't want no inside facing cameras. I don't want to do anything other than the 11 Western. Boop, you to do this section of the country. I want to be home this often. I want to make this kind of money. Boom. They go out and search. They come back. She says, here I got Ashley Furniture. I got UPS. I got boom, 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 all these companies. And then Bill then starts interacting with those companies. And then if job offers come up, boom, whatever company he goes with, at the end, once he gets through his orientation and whatever their criterion is, that trucking company sends some money for, hey, thank you for giving us Will Smith, or his name's Bill, I think it's Bill Smith. Yeah, Bill's name's Will Smith too. Bill Smith, hey Travis, here's Bill Smith, and here's his information. Thank you, and here's, you know, whatever, $500, $600 for the referral. So, yeah. It's me again. Hey Travis, how you doing, baby? So that's kind of how the whole headhunter works. Y'all got any questions on it? Let me know. I'm starting to put Heidi's information, and I don't get no kickbacks from Heidi. She should give me some damn kickbacks, though. Y'all. Because I refer a lot of drivers to her. I don't get any kickbacks from Heidi. 0. So I've used, and like I said, she recommended, we tried 2 companies. The first company was a beef company. I didn't get on with them because they said I had like suspensions when I didn't work in the industry, where I wasn't doing my DOT physical on time, and it was only suspending my Class A side. I didn't rush to get it because I was working in corporate America. Then I had it from the fracture when I was here. Well, I guess they said, well, you got too many suspensions or whatever. You got to wait a year, whatever. Heidi said it was some BS. I don't know. I'm not going to get involved in it. I didn't care. So then the other option was the other company I put in for, which, hey, we want you, we want you, we want you. Hey, Matt Mosai Denim. So with that, I tried that company in Oklahoma that I already had red flags on. I knew it wasn't going to really work. And to be honest, I was already turned off in orientation when we got in there and they told us they were going to do the per diem. So I already had red flags coming in. I had red flags once the money changed. I had red flags when they started messing with my sleeper berth. I had red flags when they started messing with my home time. And by the time it was out, it was like 1, 2, 3, too many strikes, we're out, it's done. And so at that point, it didn't work. So even though you work with a headhunter who narrows it down, it may or may not work for you. It's out here in trucking, you gotta just find your fit. You gotta find your fit. But what I'm gonna tell you is go for it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And that's like right now, I'm looking at some companies for next year, for those moves that I'm gonna make next year. And hey, Miss Tasha, with those companies that I'm looking at, I'm try. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Okay? So in trucking, you could go somewhere, get turned down, but have another one on the back burner, which is what I did. And I learned that in trucking school. Whenever you guys apply, this is helpful hint. Make sure you apply for more than one company. So let's say, for example, I apply and I go to Prime. I go to the DOT physical that they have set up, their DOT physical and the company physical, okay? I go into that physical, and let's say, hey, I do the stairs, and they don't like how I'm walking the stairs. My blood pressure too high. And they say, you know, hey, Shannon, we like you, but thank you for your time. You don't fit the criterion, and unfortunately, you can come back and try 6 months, 7 months down the road. Well, in my back pocket is XYZ Trucking Company. So I can call XYZ Company and say, hey, when is your next orientation? Because they already offered me a job also, which I've done that before. I ain't gonna lie to you. Actually, I did that when I was at Pride. I had 2 job offers. I was at Pride, and I still was hireable for Conway. When things didn't work out with Pride, I wasn't even there 60 days at Pride. When things didn't work out with Pride, I made a phone call in Phoenix, Arizona to Conway. I got all my stuff off the truck, took pictures. Dustin will talk about that later. We'll talk about Dustin, I'll talk to you about Pride in the background. I'll tell you my whole situation with Pride, and then you make your decision, okay? But I will tell you that in the background. I'll do a private video to you on what happened with me at Pride, okay? I don't think they're a bad company. They're just with some issues. They might be different now. That was back then, okay? They were smaller. They've grown. My issue was that they would not fix their truck over the road, but I'll tell you more of that story later, because there was some stuff that happened to some other people that were at that company, okay? However, regarding some other things you and I have talked about, they're very liberal. I'll leave it there, okay? So when I left Pride, they told me to get off the truck in Phoenix because I wouldn't move the truck anymore because they refused to fix it. And they wanted me to go back into California to try to reroute me to Utah, and I had all this stuff spewing out the truck. So at this point, I made a phone call. I went and got all my places came and got me. We got all my stuff off. And the next week, I was sitting in orientation for Conway. Okay? I had to have to wait a week because I already had another job offer in my back pocket. And I learned from my trucking school, apply for as many as you can that you want. And then if one don't work out, you get another one. As long as you have a Class A and you haven't probably rolled the truck or killed nobody, and even if you've done that, depending on the length of time, you can get a job. Somebody and their mama gonna hire you. You can make some money. So that's why I like the Headhunter. So the Headhunter it alleviates some of my work. That's really what it alleviates me having 5,000 companies call me. You discuss what you're looking for. They go do the searching for you. They then come up with a group of companies. Sometimes you can do just a general application through them, or sometimes they'll send you the different applications for each company. Also, because they have relationships, if there are any issues, they can discuss that with the company on your behalf. You ain't got to be up in here having a long chin wagging conversation trying to explain, I had a DUI 5 years ago. I don't drink no more, whatever. I was out with friends, whatever. You know, you don't have to go through all that. All right. So that's pretty much it. Anybody got any questions on that, or what's everybody up to? Travis, yeah. So JC Alex said, and I noticed that a lot of people were hitting me up and they said they liked the live feed. So right now I'm having a load reworked, and I say, well, I'll jump in here. Now once I start driving, I'm gonna have to probably end it. But I decided to jump in here and chin wag for a minute. And NATO had asked the question about the Headhunter, so I just figured let's talk about that. Mac Mosey, what's up? Quan, Miss Tasha, I see you in here. Dustin, we already spoke. Brown Sugar, what's up, baby? Trying to see if I missed anybody. Shine must be asleep. He didn't sleep. He was trying to hang out. I was like, bruh, you took that nap. NR baby, what's up? I think I got all of you guys. And I had to restart it because then we didn't have no sound. I didn't have to take that load, Dato, on the Nestle load. My driver manager had removed me from it. And no, I'm at that beef company that I had the problem with last time, Miss Tasha. Well, it's not the beef company. It's my trucking company and they raggedy trailers. But I am on it. This one trailer is newer than the one I had picked up the last time. So thank God. I told them about the tire. I don't know if they fixed the tire. I don't know who took it. I don't know if they pre-tripped it. A lot of the drivers. So, and y'all, if y'all go to these companies, and a lot of people, I had one person, I forgot who their name was, on one of my videos told me to stay with the company because I have a really good driver manager. You know, how can I put this? And I was watching another driver talking about becoming comfortable, okay? My driver manager is very sweet and will work with you. She's very professional. She reminds me a lot of myself when I managed. She'll go hard for her people as long as her people pretty much try to safety. But with this company, I'm starting to second guess to make the money. Should I avoid getting stuff fixed? Should I take a half-ass trailer? I'm just going to keep it real, y'all. And they have given us, okay? I understand there are some financial things going on with this company, with them resolving some issues that have happened in the past, and that they're trying to get out of whatever their financial issues were that they had, especially on the reefer side. I can live anywhere with this company. They're one of the largest carriers in the U.S. They're like, I think even though they have financial difficulties, they're like the 5th or 6th largest carrier in the U.S. Something like that. They're up there. I could live in any part of the U.S. with this company. You could work for this company and be anywhere, but what I'm not doing is making the money. Oh shoot. Okay. We're good?
Yeah, I want to move the weight. Put in the load, I put a T in the back.
Okay.
One thing that works, the 2 first stops are very light.
Okay.
And I can't switch the stops around.
I know. Let's see what we get. All right. Thank you, sir. Y'all gonna ride over with me. I gotta ride over the scale here in a minute. Get my glasses on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna still talk to y'all though. My load was heavy. I was 34,700 on the rear. In California, I think if y'all watch that video, that quick little 7-minute video me and Shy did, when you go through Cali, and it might get dark, y'all, but I'll be talking to y'all. When you go through Cali, ooh, y'all can't see me, but y'all can hear me. It sounds spooky, don't it? Y'all can hear me, though. When you go through California, shoot, I need my glasses. Here they are. You have to have your tandems set at, I'll just leave this light on. When you go through Cali, you got to have a tandem on the rear set at 30 or set at 40 at the 40-foot mark. Oh, I got to put my brakes on here. After he took my brakes off, and I normally don't set my red brake, I always keep it open. And he took my brake off, so they had to rework the load because I'm right at the Cali legal mark on the tandems, and they had me at 34,700 on the rear. I couldn't slide the tandems any further because if I do slide those tandems further, and I get pulled in by DOT in California and they pull out that measuring tape, they gonna write my happy behind up. I actually told them they have to rework the load. And so they put me back in the door. The one thing I do like about this plant, I don't have to open the back doors. They open from the inside. Some of them are built where you just back in and they can open them right inside of the facility, which I like. So just back into the doors, I had to re-back into the door. But back to my company real quick. Well, staying with them, I'm not making money like I should, okay? What I pay for things like my health care are extremely expensive. And then because you have equipment that I'm having, broke down. So then you have to have your loads rescheduled, and they don't normally pay breakdown pay when you're under a load. There's just a whole bunch of weirdness, that starter company stuff. Also spending way too much money on food with this trucking company, because this truck is not designed for me to have like a refrigerator on it. That's starter company stuff. And with 5+ years, I can do better. Also, I know I can make more money. So I now need a bigger picture, which is, what did I get in this for? Is it just only because I have a great relationship with this lady, but I ain't making the damn money like I should? And my goal with coming back was to make the money, buy property cash, because I should be able to buy property if I'm making the right kind of money with a certain time frame. Buy that property cash, and then going over the scale, y'all. The position is for the scale. Buy the property cash. Okay. Sorry, I got to get the truck lined up. The way they got the scale, you got to come in a certain way, and it's really made for the yard goats. So you got to straighten out your trailer and turn around. But buy the property cash, and then be able to buy a tiny house cash for what the price I want. And I should be able to stack dollars. I'm not stacking the dollars the way I really want to. So I have to make, even though you have a good relationship with that driver manager, I got to make decisions on what's best for me, my pocket, and my life. And so right now I'm trying to position myself for retirement. This company is not going to do that for me. And it's really based on maintenance of a lot of things, their equipment, and how they run the company. So and they've got just way too many issues. It's going to take them too long to fix those issues. They're trying to throw money at the problem by giving us little money incentives on the percent per mile. But if you raise a percent per mile and I'm broke down with my trailer or broke down in the truck, I ain't making no money. So like, I had two guys that I knew here. They both came in different times, and they were big. And I met them when I was mentoring. They weren't my students. And hold on for a second, guys. I gotta make sure. Hold on, gotta make sure I'm on this scale. The scale is weird. Okay, just gotta make sure I'm on it. All right. They weren't my students, but one of them, their truck was broke down, or either they were dealing with the breakdowns of these trailers because they're not maintained well, and he lost his car because he was not making the money that he needed to make, and he was always broke down. Hold on. They got a light I gotta watch. He was always broke down, and so he couldn't make his car payment, so he lost his car. You have to understand, granted, they were new drivers, but that already tells you the same thing an experienced driver is picking up. So it's just like that trailer I had the other night. You know, I waited here almost an entire basically it ate up my entire clock, because they had to rework the load. I had to move it to another trailer. Then by the time I got done with going over with the whole drama, pulling out the blood,
sorry. Before you get probably just got the door open, y'all. Sorry. Y'all hear me better now? Okay, I'm gonna do. I don't know if you got me okay. Everybody hear me? Yeah, I might have lost y'all because I'm over here. Nope, still starting to start on the side. So, I'm gonna say goodnight right now because I gotta go this thing. And then we'll come in later. Let me see. Well, I came to the other side of the warehouse. I came to the other side of the warehouse. So, you can hear that it's probably because I'm sitting on the scale. And I don't want to take the one because I'm still sitting on the scale. Oh yeah, I might